Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes.
It's game week. We're back to the Utah man. Trying to enjoy it. Shh. That's right. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that is good. Ute fans, that is good. Loosening up.
Supposed to be standing up.
Loosening up. Reverent. Hand over my heart for this.
Oh, Utes. Holy cow, it's here. Game week is here. Can you believe it?
No.
Utah football fans, can you believe it? We're finally here. It's felt like a long off season. Welcome to our episode, Game Week 1 of Utah Football Fans Podcast. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited to be here. Please like, subscribe, comment, share the hype, share the love with all of your Utah football fans and everybody else who wants to hang out with us and listen. Before we get started,
You're where the truth is.
Yeah, well, all the truth. All the facts, all the truth.
It's the truth here.
But before we get into all of that, we want to thank our sponsor, Thomas Orthodontics. Thank you to him. Is he going to Florida?
He never responded. I'm very
Oh,
upset.
bummer. Hopefully he is, but please check him out at thomasortho.com. If you need any braces or any of that sort done, check him out. He is very good to us, and we appreciate it very much. It is game week. We are playing Florida in what are we at? 6 days?
6 days.
From when we're recording
Amazing.
this.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What do you think,
I don't have anything
James?
to say.
Let's
Let's just
get
go right into it. Let's go.
Let's do it. No messing around.
Florida versus Utah.
What do you want to know, everybody?
What's your thought? Just give it to us.
I feel really confident. I feel really good about it. Obviously, here's my thing with Florida. New coach, new defensive coordinator. So they have new schemes, new systems. I understand that they're changing all of this stuff. The quarterback was not the guy that started last year. He was the backup that then came in. All of these factors. I understand that Florida's humid. It's the only thing I'm hearing about. Whenever I talk to or hear from a Florida fan, it's, it's the humidity. Okay, but there's two teams playing in it. I'll take the team with the better quarterback, the better coach, the better offensive coordinator, the better offensive line, defensive line. Like, I'll take those things. Florida's kind of like USC. Even when they're down, they still have athletes everywhere. They're going to be very good. It's still SEC football. So those factors, it's going to be a good, fun game. I'll give you my score prediction after you guys go, but I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Hopefully the hurricane that's coming off the coast can hold off for a couple of days.
I just saw today they said it's not likely to develop.
Okay, let's hope, because I'll
Say your prayers, people.
I'll be there one way or another. I'll be there, but I'm pumped. I think Utah's got the better football team. Coming out the gate though, week 1, traveling across country, playing in an environment like that. I mean, it's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be a walk in the park, but this team's ready. This team will be ready.
I feel so confident about our key position. We know what it is. Cam Rising, he's the guy. He's the leader of the team. There's not this who's going to play, who isn't going to play. I think that makes a big difference. So I love that we have returning quarterback, returning running backs. Yes, we lost a few people, which you always do, to the draft and to graduation and everything. Covey's going to be a hard one to replace, but we've got the receivers and we've got our tight ends who are always heavily used. And Keithy coming back is huge. Kincaid is coming back. Defensively, it's, I think a little bit more of a question, but there we've got Clark Phillips, Kafusi, awesome leadership. I think Cole Bishop's going to be amazing.
Cole Bishop is going to be a man-child this year.
Van
Fillinger off the edge. Like, you're right.
And one thing, yes, I agree. There's been so much talk about the stadium, the atmosphere, the humidity, which I'm not discounting SEC atmosphere. I think it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I think that's where we have such a benefit of veteran leadership and veteran coaching staff. Utah has played in big games before. Do not discount that we've never played in 90,000 seat stadiums. We've played in stadiums that are that big before.
And to be fair, when we go to USC, it's a 90,000 seat stadium, but there's like 12,000 people there. So
A few more than that, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever played there when it's been full. But what I'm saying is our coaching leadership has been in these big games before. They know how to prepare them.
Yeah.
Even if some of the players have not played in something like this, the coaching staff has. So it's going to be a factor. I get it. Home field advantage. I'm excited to see it. I can't wait to see what it's like. I've been to one SEC game.
this is my first.
It's incredible.
Can't wait.
The humidity, it sucks, but I don't know that it's going to play a huge factor to the athletes. I think for the rest of us, we'll just be dripping. But anyways, we're going to win. Long story short, Utah.
Okay. Well, you guys have hit up on probably most of the stuff I've thought about. First game of the year, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. So nobody knows. Okay, the weather, humid and hot, whatever. Yeah, I guess the thing that could be a bigger factor is if there's like this downpour of rain, then it changes. Yeah. It changes everything, but both teams have to play in it, but it changes the way games are played. So hopefully we don't have to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or wind or a lightning storm, so we have to delay crap like that.
Well,
and that worries me.
The humid and heat. The game's at 7 p.m. kickoff Florida time. So by halftime, it's 9 o'clock. So all of those factors should come down. So
yeah, but I think you have to give some. I don't think it's advantage for. I mean, this is their home field and it's where they practice. It's home. So yeah, they're used to the weather. A lot of Utes aren't. We'll see. The stadium's going to be, it's packed, sold out, a lot of energy. That's going to be a factor.
It'll be loud, too.
It's going to be loud. I'm excited. That's, it can get overwhelming to some. We'll see. I don't think it will with Utah necessarily, but you don't want to let it get rolling. That could be a problem. But it definitely is a help. It's going to be a big-time atmosphere, and I'm excited about it. But it's a factor, I think. Now, yeah, you mentioned Napier, their new coach and a new defensive coordinator. He comes over from Louisiana. Coach in the Sun Belt, I think it is.
Yeah.
Sun Belt, they were 13-1. And finished 16th in last year's AP poll. So he's had some success. They're excited about him. He's a good coach. I think he's been assistant coach under Saban and Dabo Sweeney. So I think I don't know what his position, anyway, he's been an assistant under them. So he's a good coach and whatever. Now, the thing let's start with their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. What is he, 6'4", like 235 or something like that? He's a big guy.
Big kid.
Athletic guy. And I was reading some things on him about how already, well, let me just back up. He shared quarterback responsibilities last year.
Yeah.
In fact, the minority part of it.
Yeah.
I think he only completed total like 38 passes all last year, something like that. This is his first year starter, but people are already talking about him being a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Really?
Yeah. So
jeez,
the talent and the potential, I acknowledge it. This guy is probably, I don't know him, I've never really watched him, but people who are in the know have, and I don't doubt it. I think he's going to be really good, but he's a starter for the first time.
He started, I think, 4 games he started last year, something like that.
And he, so how's his judgment going to be? Stuff like that. I mean, his consistency, decision-making, all those things that are just different. He did have knee surgery, I think, in January or something like that. So let's face it, when I'm comparing quarterbacks coming in this is the most key position. You've got Richardson and Cam Rising, and Rising is definitely more seasoned because of last year and experienced.
Yeah.
Richardson is not. Now, as I understand it, as far as offense goes with Florida, obviously it's the lines in the trenches that most games are won, offense and defense. But I think they have 3 offensive linemen coming back, and they had a transfer from Louisiana.
Yeah, came with the coach.
Yeah.
So
their offensive line should be good. It just should be good. And like you said, I'm just going to say this: Florida's stacked with talent. So it's just a matter of if it comes together. I'm not going to discount that. They got a lot of talent on the team. But I read that they're replacing 2 of their 2 top running backs, though they apparently have a lot of talent in the backfield coming, who they have, but they're replacing the 2 from last year, something like that. Again, inexperience as far as game experience. I think they're replacing 2 of their 3 top wide receivers this year, offensively. The other thing is I think Florida is now with Napier, who knows, but I think they're trying to bring a more balanced offense.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Meaning running and passing. Typically speaking with Utah, a running team usually isn't the greatest threat to Utah.
Right.
As I think back, it's the spread, hurry up offense stuff, 60, 60-40 passing game.
Oh, yeah.
The spread, all that stuff sometimes gets, because Utah and all their man-to-man coverage.
The Washington State.
That gets rough.
Right.
Yeah.
But usually when it's just man-on-man, typically we do well.
Yeah.
So the balanced attack, that doesn't scare me just as a system. You know what I mean? Now defensively, I think I read that they have like 8 returners coming.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they didn't have a very good defense. And so they weren't elite. I'm not saying they're not talented. We know how that can go from one season to the next
And
season.
their second leading tackler is now on Utah.
Yeah. So
Right.
a defense that wasn't really, hadn't gelled, hadn't come together. 8 of those guys are back. Of course, a new D coordinator, some changes, so apparently they're going to be better. But having said that, that's reality.
Right.
So that's Florida, as I see Florida. Utah, Cam, like I mentioned. Okay, I'm not. When you have a guy who's at least their talk of, and beyond Yogi Roth, there's talk about him. And,
ESPN talked about him.
and the Heisman
towards the Heisman
talk,
the other day.
and look at his stats.
Herbstreit,
He's
too.
a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herbstreit. He's a winner. So Utah's running backs, we're not replacing anybody.
Nope.
We're bringing back the guys.
That's huge. That's a big position to have everyone returning.
Thomas, Bernard,
Pledger. Pledger.
Pledger's gone.
Pledger left.
Not Pledger.
Glover.
Glover.
And Glover, he's going to be.
Glover's new, but
But that's what I meant.
Yeah. I'm just saying you got those 2 from last year, and Glover is here. That's solid. Our offensive line, okay, a question mark. But I think our center, is it our left tackle?
Our left tackle.
And right tackle, they both were here.
Yeah.
It's our right side that we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. But honestly, I feel okay about it. And you said it, been with the tight ends.
yeah.
We very easily could have, at least as far as a pair of tight ends in the country, we're right up at the top.
I think we have the best duo threat of tight ends in the country, and I think we have 2 of the top probably 10 or 12 tight ends. I mean, Kincaid
Keith and Kincaid.
and Keithy are probably 2 of the top 10 tight ends, and I think that will be the biggest factor. In fact, I saw some guy, it was an honest Florida fan said that probably will be the biggest factor in this game. Florida has struggled in the past to cover quality tight ends. And if you just get the ball to those two dudes and let them do what they do, that is going to be a huge factor in this game.
Keithy's been getting, Keithy got national attention. Kirk Herbstreit talked about him in his Herbie Award. That's when he talked about Cam.
Okay.
And then he gave Keithy, now I can't remember exactly. It was...
Hold on, I have it right here.
Find it, because he gave it to Keithy.
Really?
Yeah, and we know what Keithy can do.
He gave Keithy the Best Kept Secret Award.
Right.
Which, now he's not the best kept secret. But if you've watched him, you know.
Yeah.
And Kincaid.
Kincaid came out of nowhere last year. So, yeah. So you're right, the running back game.
So think of the running back. You have the power with Thomas. If he doesn't fumble, don't fumble.
That obviously turnovers changes everything in these games.
For both sides.
For both sides.
But
Thomas, hold
on to that ball, buddy.
But you have the power. You've got Bernard out of the backfield. He lit it up in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
With that stuff.
Yeah.
And Glover now.
Playing every position.
Yeah.
The smaller, powerful,
who's also
shifty guy.
That's the word.
So you put the running game. Our wide receivers, Vele, apparently, I was reading today, they think he could be our first 1,000-yard receiver in a long time.
Last year, he had some of the best catches I've ever seen in college football. And it was Vele who caught him. And I feel like he didn't get used a ton last year, so I do think he's going to be our guy.
Well, and he's been in the program for a while, but last year was his kind of his coming out. And I think this year, he's truly going to be...
And he's a tall guy?
The number one guy. You know, you've still got Solomon Enos, but I just think Vele...
Dixon.
Enos.
Money Parks is getting
Makai Cope. He's one too.
My challenge with like Cope and Money Parks, those guys, they have one combined catch between the two of them. So it's like, okay.
So we'll see.
I'm not talking about them.
But it's the other guys that we know about.
I'm talking about going into a game where our experience is.
Right.
The experience.
Vele. Superstar, he hasn't been, but he's good.
Solid.
We have the other guys, Speed, who have played a lot.
Yeah.
And people are going to go, well, see, their passing game is garbage because they don't have superstar wide receivers. That's the mistake. You have good receivers and
superstar
excellent tight ends and a guy that can come out of the backfield. That has produced a lot of problems. Advantage to Utah, I think, in that regard. Defensively, I think our O-line, Phil, you mentioned some of them.
D-line, you mean?
Our D-line.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see, but if they come out and be a typical defensive line, we'll be good. And linebacker, what I'm hearing is that linebacker room is solid and deep. Now, we lost...
We lost the best player Utah football
probably
ever
and we
had.
lost Sewell.
And Sewell.
Okay.
Right, that's a lot.
No doubt. That's
huge.
That hurts.
But we have Reed. Is it Diabate?
Yep. The guy from Florida.
Barton. Fresh. I heard a guy not trashing, but diminishing Barton because he's a freshman. Coming in, playing Florida as a freshman.
Don't
You
discount
can't come to
him.
the
I'm just
swamp
saying
as
he's
a freshman.
Good, but there's
You're about to find
Calvert brothers.
I don't know his name.
And then some. Anyway, I think the linebacker room is going to be just fine. Secondary, okay, Clark Phillips will be going to the NFL.
He could be in the NFL right now.
He's
that good.
He's Brufton. We didn't get to see Brufton play all last year. He got hurt in the first.
That's right.
I don't know. Was it the first game of the season?
It was early on.
Early.
Yeah.
And he is solid.
Yeah.
Cole Bishop, strong safety. That guy's a playmaker. He's a Chase Hansen type guy.
Oh, I love Chase Hansen.
That's how I see him.
Yeah, he is. He was everywhere last year.
So, okay. That's a lot of information. But I'm saying I think just because of the stability of Utah's program, the experience of Utah's program. Well, let me back up before I give my final analysis. I was watching some guys make some comments. I don't know if it was Florida people or it was a national thing. But they were talking about Utah having slow start, and they used last year as an example. Okay. Against the Zoobs. Against San Diego State. And I'm thinking to myself, see, this is how stupid you guys are. Because you don't know. You don't have perspective.
They looked at the record and they went 1-2, slow start.
Slow start. This is what we're going to get wrong.
Yeah.
We had Charlie Brewer as QB, and anyone that watched it saw it wasn't working.
It didn't work.
Thomas wasn't the Thomas that he became. He fumbled and was out.
Yeah, he fumbled 4 times in the first couple of games.
And he didn't play for a few
It took
games.
him 4 games to figure it out, but then from that point forward, different dude.
Different game. So, and then even in the San Diego State game, which was a surprise, they ran all over us. The guy couldn't throw a ball.
Yeah, but they just ran it on us.
And which is unusual. But then that is when Cam Rising came in
At halftime.
We should have won the game. In fact, we got screwed at the end.
Yeah. So he came in at halftime.
Everyone watched the game. The ref
our
screwed
San
us.
Diego State fan is going to be mad.
Hey, San Diego State fan, we got screwed, and you know it.
Go back and look at the replay.
Anyway, I know what you're
but
saying.
you know what I'm saying?
It was a different team.
If you want to go by that,
Go
Florida people,
for it.
Go for it.
Go for it.
I'm with you.
Well, it's different, and in talking to our friend Cole Bagley, he's from Fan Nation All Youths, and you can go back and watch our special edition interview we did with him, but he's talked about how the vibe prior to last season, and he did say he felt like maybe the preseason hype got to a few of the guys last year. He said this year it's not the case. I mean, they are locked in. They are ready to go. The leadership is there. I do think last year there's always that, because Cam was voted captain, but he wasn't the starter, and that's always a little
That's weird
strange.
when that happens.
I do think that's strange, and I think that showed kind of the disconnect that was going on that we then saw in these first few games. That's not there this year. They are locked in. They know who their guys are. They know who their leaders are. They are following behind them. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
They're ready to go. So I'll just give you mine, and we'll get yours. I'm not discounting the fact this is going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And this isn't when I'm going to go, oh, yeah, guaranteed. No. Florida has too much talent. We can go down there and get beat if we're not. If we're
easy.
not playing good football, we can go get beat. If we're not executing properly, we're going to get beat. We make mistakes, we'll get beat. But if Utah can come out and be pretty much what they were at the end of the year, which I believe they will be because of all the experience in the key places, I think we're going to win the game. And I think we're going to win by 10. I'm giving it 38-28.
Okay.
38-28, Utah goes into the swamp, takes them out.
You took my score.
For real?
For real.
You can give the same score. You guys can be losers like that.
That's all right. I mean, it's just...
I think 38. I think Utah will score over 30 for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I'm saying 38. Maybe I'll say 21 just to spice it up a little bit so we're not the exact same, but sure.
Okay, here's my thought.
Give it. Lay it on us.
I think Florida is going to be an improved team over last year. I think
be.
at
They're
the
gonna be
end of
good.
this season, we'll look at Florida and they'll be in the top 20. I think they're going to have some big wins. I just think that it's going to start low and it's going to be a upward swing for them. So I think that by the end of the year, we're going to look at them and go, these guys are really good. But starting off, against the number 7 team in the country, who's
Right.
I think that's a challenge for them. And again, I have a ton of respect for Florida, for their athletes, for what they are. The thing with their quarterback is he is a dual threat that likes to run. And look at what Utah does to quarterbacks where it's like, we want to make you pass the ball. Okay? Look at Brown for the Ducks last year. It was, hey, we're not going to let you run. We want you to beat us in the air. And if that's the case, which this guy, crazy athlete, I think
we're kind of used to that stuff.
We're used to it, right? So here's my prediction.
Here we go.
I put some thought into this.
Here we go.
Okay.
Utah wins. I think it's a very close game all the way through the third, and in the fourth quarter, Utah pulls away.
Okay.
45-20. 24 Utah.
Jeez, I hope you're right.
Hey.
I think it's going to be going into the fourth quarter. It's a 1-score game. Utah scores a couple times in the fourth quarter, pulls it away. That's
right, man.
Okay, so here's what I'll say to everyone listening. If you subscribe to us on YouTube and leave your score prediction, if you get it right, we will send you something.
oh,
Ooh.
So you,
we will send you
Bridges
Gary's
Gate.
home address,
no.
and you can come over
You
for
have
dinner.
you have to be subscribed on YouTube and leave your score prediction. If you get it right, we will send you something.
Something decent.
Yeah, it's not going to be like I don't even know what.
This.
Yeah, no, we'll send you something.
Unless you want it, I don't know.
Something
You prefer this.
Utah football fans. We'll send you something.
Absolutely. That's a good. That's
You have
good.
to subscribe and leave your score.
Okay, so let me ask you this: give me a percentage. In other words, do you think Utah is
65-35 is my confidence level.
You're 65% confident?
Yeah.
I'm 80% confident.
Whoa. Woohoo! I love it.
I'm 60. I
You're
think
even
it's
lower than me.
Yeah.
Wow. Quick math.
Come on, you two. We just talked about all that stuff.
But Florida is good.
They're good.
I
They've
know.
got dudes.
It's their talent. Their SEC. I'm not
talent.
discounting. I'm not. Florida's
don't-
good, man.
Don't come in the comment section and be like, "You Utah homers, you don't know." We're Utah fans, but I'm giving a ton of respect to Florida.
Absolutely.
I just think we
man.
beat them. I just think we're the better team. I just do.
And like we said, it's SEC. We get that. I mean, that's the elite. So I'm so excited to see the atmosphere and walk around Gainesville and see everybody. If you see us, come say hi. We want to say hi. Maybe we'll
Look us
we'll
up.
give you a
I'll
sticker
be
or
the guy,
something. I mean,
no short or no shirt, cut off shorts to keep myself nice and cool.
that's gross.
That'll be me.
Cut off up to here.
Yeah. The
Little
Daisy Dukes.
frayed,
man.
With the pocket sticking out still.
All of us,
Cowboy
I want to
boots,
do
dude.
it.
all of us
Cowboy
people not used to
Gator
humidity.
skin cowboy boots
Ew, that would be so hot.
on your feet. Everything else, I'm
You're
naked.
still going to be sweating on your feet. You sweat everywhere. It's a new experience for us Utahns.
It's been hot here, though.
It's not the same.
It's been hot.
It is not. I was in
Okay.
Texas last year. That's where I went to the
Well,
Texas
good for
A&M
you.
game. The humidity is nothing like here.
I know. I'm
You've been to
kidding.
Florida
No,
before.
we're in the
I'm
desert.
kidding.
We get it.
Calm down.
We're in the desert?
In the words of Gary, calm thyself.
Calm myself.
There it is.
Okay,
All right.
I'm calm.
Here we go. Keep going.
What else are we doing?
Where are we at?
Let's go to the season.
You want to give your season prediction?
Yeah, we have to.
We do have to.
We have to.
Or do you want to wait on that? Do you want to go with other games this week?
No, let's do the season, and then let's get into the national. You got to give your prediction on the year.
Okay, here's my prediction.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, go for it. Go
No,
for it.
no, no, no,
Go
no.
for it.
No,
Go for it. Bryn,
I
you
want to
go.
hear it.
11-1.
Okay.
Pac-12 champs. Playoff.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Okay. Who do
I'm
we?
laying it out there.
Okay, but who do we lose to? You got to pick one.
No.
Yes.
No, we don't.
You guys don't know how this operates.
I know how to operate.
Pick a team. Put your stamp on it.
I can't.
I'm not picking a team. I'm
I
just.
know I don't need to pick a team. I think we will have a loss.
Fine, here, I'll do it. I think Utah goes 11-1. I think that we lose to Oregon at Oregon.
Could be. That's
Beating Oregon 3 times in a row in a calendar year. I mean, that's
Why not?
That's crazy.
Yeah, except they've new coach, new everything.
I understand,
but they're good.
They are good, and it's up in Eugene.
It's
I
up
get
in
it.
Eugene. It'll be raining like crazy up there. So I think 11-1. Everything you just said. I think that USC game. I think we smack them in the face when they come to town too. It's going to be so sweet.
I have so many
Arrogant,
thoughts. I have
freaking
so many
pricks.
thoughts. I'm not going to say them now.
Let's
I'm going to hold off, but
hold off on that one, please.
yeah, I'm going. Last year I went 11-1. I was wrong, but the season still was great. I'm going 11-1 this year. Pac-12 champs. I think we probably play Oregon or SC again in the championship game. I'll be there again.
Okay.
in
Before
the
I
same bed as my
before I
nephew.
give my before I give my season record, some perspective. However, even if we lose to Florida, it's not the end of the world,
Say
people.
it. Preach it.
Okay, or do we understand this?
Thank you.
Well,
Now,
yes and no.
It may knock us out of the national,
Correct.
unless
But
we
it's
went
week
undefeated,
one.
dude.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It matters.
No, I'm saying I think the national spotlight would be gone. Playoff hope would
Would you listen
okay.
to me? Would you listen
No.
to me?
Go ahead.
I know what you're trying to say. But yes, we would be knocked down some. But let's say that happens, and then Utah runs the table. And they win the Pac-12 championship game. So they have one loss. It happened to be the first game of the year.
Against SEC team on the road.
You don't think that Utah would still be in the conversation? Yes. But even if we lose that game and we lose another one, okay, are we out of the college football playoff thing? Okay, but we can still win the Pac-12.
Still go to the Rose Bowl,
and
baby.
still go to the Rose Bowl. So it's not all over. I want the whole thing. So I want to win this game.
Right.
Absolutely.
But let's have perspective.
Okay, so what's your...
It's not the whole season.
But that is very important, the perspective. This is a out-of-conference game. Obviously, winning this would be enormous. But if Utah loses this game, there are still 11 games to be had. And everything is still there, so just enjoy it.
Okay, so what's your... You haven't given us your...
But we're going to win.
He's going 12-0. I can see it in his face. Say it.
I'm not going 12.
Do it.
I'm not going. I'm 11-1 in it. I'm 11-1.
Screw it. I'd go back 12-0.
Thank you. We can't all be the same.
We can't be the
Yes,
same.
we can.
No, that's not good content.
If we go 11-1, I mean, I'm being optimistic because we know how seasons are. They're tough.
It's
and
a
you know why?
Weird game, an injury.
We always lose a crap game every year.
Oregon State last year.
That's why I won't say who I
That's
think we'll
why I'm
lose
worried
to, because
about
I
it.
think it'll be some
I
weird...
changed it. 12-0.
Okay, sweet.
13-0
13.
with the Pac-12. 15-0
14-0.
national champions. I will get national champions tattooed across my entire chest
Okay.
if that happens. I'll do it.
Put that in writing, people. It is contracted.
My wife would murder me, but it'd be worth it.
Okay, it'd be worth it.
All right, so you asked me earlier today predictions on the college football playoffs. Your 4 teams at the end of the year.
Yep.
Who wants to go first? What is yours?
So hard.
College football playoff right now.
So I'll go first. I've gone last every other time, but here's the thing. Every time you get on, unless you're looking at Desmond Howard's, who must have been
Was
smoking
that guy?
pot. I don't know
what the
what
heck, Desmond? Did that? I think his freaking Heisman hit him in the head.
I don't know what happened.
That was so weird.
It's
He's
all
just
the
trying
same.
to be...
He is. He's trying to be out of his mind and
Yeah.
he's successful. It seems to be the same, right? It seems to be
all the same.
the same 4. So I'm going off a little bit differently. So I've got the 2, Alabama, Ohio State. I don't know how you go against those 2 teams. I'm putting Utah in. I genuinely think even if Utah loses a game, and then they win the Pac-12 championship, I think that's enough to get them into the playoff. My 4th team is Clemson. I looked at Clemson's schedule. They play ACC football. They're the best team by a mile. The hardest game that they have is at Notre Dame in November. I think Notre Dame's a little bit So I'm going Ohio State number 1, Alabama 2, Clemson 3, Utah 4. That's how I'm putting it out.
And who wins it all?
It ends up being Alabama, Ohio State. Ohio State wins it all.
Oh, Homer!
Well, okay.
You remember our last episode? He was
Yeah, you guys over here
Homer
going,
man.
Ohio State. It's like, guys, they calm down. Now, I'll say,
What was that?
if Ohio
I don't
State
know what he was doing.
and
I don't know what
Alabama
either of you were
play,
doing.
I will be cheering for the Buckeyes.
Of course.
But
All right.
so that's my prediction.
Do you have it? You want me to go?
It's Alabama, Ohio State, Utah, and I can't figure out the last one.
Oh,
I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
you cheating?
Yeah, looking at my cheat
Well,
sheet.
of course, I looked at it today. I looked at where everybody is right now. I'm gonna go Texas A&M.
Wow.
All right, Desmond.
It's Desmond Brin.
Oh,
It's a great name for me.
Desmond Brin.
I think A&M is going to be good, personally.
It won't happen, but you know what? It's
I like
fine.
it, though.
And then
Go out on a limb.
I want to see Ohio State kick the crap out of Alabama, please. Somebody.
Screw it. Utah will get the crap out of Alabama.
No, I'll say this. Okay, I'm putting Alabama in there too. But if I may, can I speak for the entire nation?
Yes.
I think everyone will agree with this.
Absolutely.
You're going to agree with me, nation. Let's just hope that by some miracle, Alabama doesn't even make it into the Final Four.
Can you
Okay,
imagine?
Let's have a couple losses.
Alabama
and kick their butt out of it.
Could lose 2
I
games.
love it.
And still
Is
make
that
it.
not true?
I think they'd have to lose like 5 games.
Yeah, they could
to
lose
not
2
be in
games
it.
and still make. They don't win their championship. They lose
still
a game
get
or
in.
2, and they still get in.
It would be
Okay.
it would be amazing, fantastic.
But would it not be a wonderful?
It'd be amazing.
And then it would be the playoffs would be beautiful because
Be
we don't have to
exciting.
watch those losers take up a game or two.
I can watch it and go, oh, I'll have to watch Dick Saban on the sideline.
Screaming and killing people, yelling at everybody.
That being said, what's your prediction?
Okay. Having said that, Alabama,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. You can't.
Ohio State Buckeyes, Georgia,
Yeah.
Utah. I'm sorry. I'm saying Utah.
We're gonna. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Absolutely. We're in the conversation. If we can beat Florida, the path is there.
I think yours is the most likely.
Conventional.
Georgia. I think Georgia is.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Georgia is losing
heard-
some dudes. They're losing
Yeah.
their defensive coordinators, now the coach of Oregon. Like,
That's true.
and Georgia, I don't know.
Okay,
true.
but here's the thing. Who's the coach's name? Georgia?
Oh, gosh.
Georgia. Anyway, what I read, and I thought this was an interesting take, and it made me think, yeah, they lost a bunch of defensive guys to the NFL, basically.
Yeah.
But what he said is they didn't bring any transfers in.
Kirby Smart.
They didn't bring any transfers in for the defense because he goes, what I have in the room is better than anybody I can go out and get. And that just shows you, I think, the depth and the confidence he has.
That's scary.
And it wouldn't surprise me. So that's my 4. I'm not such a homer. I'm going to go as far as to say that Utah is going to be in the final 2. It won't be. I think it will end up being probably Alabama, Ohio State, like everyone else has said. However it plays out, I'm going for Ohio State because I can't stand Alabama.
No.
If Ohio State, if they're here, can I just give a? I want them. I'm going to pick them. If their defense can improve, that was supposedly their weakness. If they can improve just some to be a good, they don't have to be superstar defense, just a good defense with that offense. They're going to win it, and I hope they do. If that comes down to that, I'll go for Ohio State.
All right.
There you go.
So we all picked Ohio State to win national champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You know, real exciting. But I mean, what can you do? It's.
I mean, if you're looking at it objectively,
I just like their offense, man.
Oh man, yeah.
I don't. I hate them.
Hate everything about it.
Everything about them.
There you go. All right, should we talk some
Yeah, some games
games
going on.
this week? Some other games. Just give me your thoughts on.
College football begins.
Let's go with some two.
Official week 1.
Not week 0.
week
How
0?
stupid is that? But
0 is strange.
By the way, did you watch
We watched.
Nebraska
I mean, I
play
watched some
Northwestern
I did
in,
actually
in
watch it.
Dublin? That was kind of cool. If Utah played in Dublin, Ireland, would you go?
no,
No, I mean, come on. That's
I wouldn't.
a little past my budget for the year, I think.
I don't know. It's probably not much different than going to Florida.
That's true.
Okay, Oregon, Georgia.
That's going to be a great game, but Georgia wins.
It's in Georgia too.
I really, really want Oregon to win that game.
Yeah.
It would be incredible, but it's on the road. It's very similar to Florida in the aspect of new coach, new quarterback, all these factors. It's on the road. Georgia just won the national championship. I think it's going to be close, though. I do. I think it's going to
Well,
be a
the
3-4
difference,
point
though-
game.
Do you?
I do.
The difference, though, is Oregon's coach just came from Georgia.
from Georgia.
So
The
he
D
knows
coordinator.
all of their schemes and plans and everything. That's
Still.
that's another layer to it. I will cheer for Oregon because back the pack. Georgia will
I
win.
hate that saying
Georgia-
so much.
Georgia will win. It'd be amazing.
That's
Oregon,
going to be such a good game,
if
though.
you won.
Oh, I'm cheering hard for Oregon.
What time does that game kick off? Do we know?
Yeah, somebody tell us where we can watch
Okay,
it.
Florida fans.
Where we're going to be in Florida.
We'll be walking around the tailgate. Invite us to watch that game with you guys, please.
We need somewhere to watch it.
It'd be awesome.
Come on, I want Oregon,
But
but it's in Georgia, so I mean I've got okay. I would do the same thing. If I was to give the ratio of who's going to win, again I'd say 60-40. Georgia's going to win.
you know what the line is on that?
What is it?
Georgia's a 17.5-point favorite.
No freaking way.
17.5 point. That's huge.
Now, it is a neutral site because it's at the Mercedes-Benz
sure.
Stadium in Atlanta,
sure.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
17.5. That's huge.
Yeah, you don't usually see that.
Oregon has athletes, though. And, again, sometimes teams just kind of fall apart once things go bad and just stuff like that, and the coach doesn't work. They bring in this guy who's a defensive guy. I think Oregon's going to be I think they're going to be in the game, man. I think, if things went right, they could win. They have, Sewell is an All-American.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
they got a couple other guys that are, so, yeah, I still think Georgia, because it's in Georgia, I think that I would give them the nod, but I'm not going to underestimate Oregon.
I'm giving Georgia an 80% chance of winning that game. I just think that they're just far and away the better team, but I just feel like this Oregon, to keep it close. It's not. I'd be shocked if it was over 17 points. That'd be.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a slaughter.
I could I could also see that.
I don't know.
I could see it being 55.
We have no way of knowing this
17.
first game of the season.
Yeah.
What about Notre Dame, Ohio State?
That is going to be awesome.
Well, I'll cheer. I want Ohio State. I'll cheer for Ohio State.
Guys are so Ohio State gross.
Are you going to cheer? Are you picking
gonna
Notre
pick
Dame?
Notre Dame?
You're talking.
I hate Notre Dame more than I hate Ohio State. So I'll be cheering for them. You know what the line is on this one, by the way?
15.
17.5 as well.
Really?
For Ohio State. And Notre Dame is the 5th ranked team in the country.
Isn't it?
I'm looking at ESPN's line right now.
Where is it?
17.5.
Is it in Columbus?
It's in Columbus.
Just knowing what
I think
we
it's
know
17.
about Ohio State.
I bet Ohio State wins by 17.
I do too. I think that offense, they just pick right back up and off they go.
Yeah.
And I bet they win by 21.
Yeah, I could see it being more.
Again, Notre Dame, new head coach. The other doofus is down at LSU now. Brian Kelly.
We won't be able to watch
They'll be garbage too.
that one. But
Yeah, we can't watch that one because that one's the same time as our game. So
what about Utah State plays Alabama?
Utah State
grief.
struggled with UConn.
Have fun with that one.
Have fun, Aggies. Hope you're not spending
What do you
your
think?
money.
How many does Alabama score?
Alabama's going to score.
68, 70?
They're going to score. It'll be over 55 points.
My gosh.
No question. You know what the line is on that one?
40.
50.
41.
Oh, Aggies. Godspeed.
Just to be a sacrificial lamb.
I know.
Hey,
That's
you know
rough.
what? Go beat them. Go beat them, Aggies.
Right.
Go beat them. Bonner, you little redhead. Go do it.
Anybody else? Anybody else out there?
Let's see. Who else?
I'm not going to mention that.
No, I don't.
USC plays Rice. That's
Rice.
going to be a rough one.
Yeah, well, at home too. No, there's for the first weekend of football. There's some good games.
There's some big, usually the first week I feel like is slow, but there's some good ones coming. So
Cincinnati, Arkansas.
we're one of them.
That one I'm intrigued by Cincinnati and Arkansas. I think both those teams are pretty decent. I mean, obviously Cincinnati went to the freaking playoff last year, so I'm intrigued by that one. I have no idea. Arkansas is a 6-point favorite. It's at Arkansas, so I don't know. That could be kind of a fun one.
Isn't there a Thursday night game too?
There is. It's Western Michigan, Michigan State. So, that's Friday. Let's see. Nothing great Thursday.
Yeah, but it's college football.
I know.
College football's
Pace
back.
yourself.
Woo! That's
Pace
true.
yourself.
I know, man. On Saturday,
Don't
I'm
get
watching
overwhelmed.
freaking teams I've never heard of.
Hey,
Florida
who
State.
does an onside kick when they have all the momentum like that?
Yeah, that was
Nebraska.
Can you believe that?
That was
They had was a 10-point lead or something?
11-point lead. 11-point lead in the third quarter, and they go for an onside kick, flip the entire game around, and Northwestern came back and
Think
won.
yourself.
Yeah, they
no,
do.
that was.
Kick it deep.
All right, you ready for our comments of the
Comments.
week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. From Crow13B,
Good name.
Utah versus Florida will probably be the most important game for Utah this season. This game will be where Utah proves to the nation that it deserves the preseason hype and respect they've been getting. Utah shows up ready to play and wins, and Utah shows they're legit. How this game goes will set the tone for the rest of the season, and September 3rd is his birthday, so they have to win.
Hey, it's my wife's
So
birthday.
go Utes, Crow 13B.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hopefully the Utes give you your birthday present.
Is this the most important game?
This week.
That's how I feel.
Kyle Whittingham.
It's the
approach.
Whittingham attitude. I struggle to say. I get exactly. What
I get where he's coming from.
I
though.
get it. If they win this game, it is just holy cow. This team's legit. And like you said, the path is there. So I get where he's coming from. I just struggle to commit.
Put it all on this one.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Flush Jackson.
Hey, he's the Oregon guy.
Is he?
No,
he says as someone with ties to Florida State, he despises Florida.
Right on.
The Urban Meyer Tebow era was insufferable, along with the 5 years post hoc where Gary Danielson was still pretending he was playing. He says, I'll be watching, hopefully with a win against Georgia. Oh, he is Oregon fan. Flush.
Yeah, he's Oregon.
The Utah-Florida game intently. Hope Utah blows them out. Get that Gator chump the hell out of here.
Amen.
man, no kidding. If you're a Duck and a Seminole,
That's a big week for you.
it's a big weekend, man.
Gator Zoned commented and said that Florida fans are wild. He wanted to set the record straight that Florida was in the 2020 SEC championship game. So,
Isn't it? Yes.
It was 2020. So last
Okay, but
year,
that was the COVID year, so it doesn't really count.
They played.
yeah, but the
I know.
SEC played a full season.
Not like the rest of us.
It wasn't the stupid Pac-12 that played nothing. 6-7 is a horrible season in Gainesville. Swamp is the hottest place in hell. Florida fans will think they are 2 touchdown favorites over Alabama. So, hey, that's coming from
I respect that.
I do respect
I
it.
respect that.
that he's acknowledging the unrealistic expectations.
Florida went 6-7 last year. They lost to Alabama by 2 points last year at home. It was 29-31, I think. So it was close to Alabama at home. So I get it. I get it, but I respect his opinion on that.
Aaron Gibson says, not to sound like a negative Nelly, but I'm concerned about the Gators. Everything I've seen from that program is all they need is a decent coach, and they win more games. That's just what they do. They're always loaded with talent. We have talent, but can we handle the pressure?
That's the question.
That's what we're going to find out. I think we will.
In 7 days from now, I'll either be cloud 9 or depressed.
It is. It's like I've seen people tweeting about this. So, it's like 6 days until my emotions are completely ruled by my college football team. It's just like,
I know.
we all know what it feels like.
I know. I try every year I go into it like I'm just going to have fun.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to have fun this year.
It's impossible.
No, it's impossible when you care this much.
G. Greens said, do I need to sign a document to become an honorary Utah football fan on September 3rd?
I'll email you.
We will send you one. But in
There
reality,
is a registration fee, though, so.
Venmo is just wear red. Just wear red. Cheer with us that day. And then Utah Man 88, he's asked, he can't make it to the Florida game, so he's asking what he should make on his pellet smoker for the game. So you've got a smoker, you've got a smoker. Do you have any
sweet and sour duck?
Duck?
We're not playing the duck.
I know that.
No.
That sounds good, though. I'm a salmon guy. I go for salmon. But if you're doing like full tailgate, you just do the classics.
Or
Ribs.
I guess, if we are playing the Gators, go get some gator meat down at.
I don't know where you buy gator meat.
Rodizio.
Yeah, go. Oh.
Actually, I've had gator from Rodizio. It's weird.
It's a very strange texture. I'm hoping to have some
texture.
out at Florida. We'll see. But
not me, man.
I don't think I'm going to eat it.
I like gators.
Gators are cool.
We're going to go to the gator park,
hey,
the
yeah,
gator
you guys are
tour, or the
taking off Wednesday.
We're gonna do the.
Yep.
All right.
We'll be there Wednesday.
Follow us on our Instagram because that's where we're gonna be posting everything that we're doing. So if you're not following us on Instagram, follow us there. Again, if you want to win a prize, subscribe on YouTube. Give us your Utah-Florida score prediction. If you get it right, you're getting a prize.
We haven't decided what said prize is, but it'll be a prize.
We've got some stuff. And if you see us, come say hi. Maybe we'll give you a sticker or something. And we just want to meet other Utah fans. I promise we're nice.
Have we heard anything about our unis?
No, nothing. The rumor is that releasing tomorrow, but there's nothing official.
All right.
No, and no one knows because they were wearing a bunch of white helmets in practice, so everyone's like, white helmets confirmed. They were just breaking in the helmets for the year, so there's nothing at all.
All right, anything?
See you guys in Florida.
38.
Travel safely.
Travel safe.
28.
Say your prayers for no lightning delays, no hurricanes, no
rain. Let's just play straight up.
There's going to be
football.
rain.
Yeah, I don't care, a little rain, but I don't want to be downpour. All right.
Woo, go Utes.
Oh, yes.
Feels good to have the song back.
It does.
I predict Reds.
Yeah.
All red.
That'd be cool.
It'd be great. That's what they should wear.
I kind of hope we're all red. With my favorite helmet.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Hey, you're going to the swamp. All red, baby. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm going to Disney World, so pray for me on that. Taking 2 kids. Prayers.
Good luck.
Please. I need it.
Go Utes.